Hey, Brad, sure. Listen, go time, anytime. I know what time it is. Listen, hasten that. Check it. Look, misbehavior, do the thing proper. Talking on flavors, looking like broccoli. Roll up the crumbs, don't waste much. Blue cookie to the mouth, that's taste buds. Using her tongue in the right spots. Got me speaking in tongues at the most high. Hit it when she whipping up a pot. When I give a hot wop, I ain't talking about stir fry. Got the sauce, need me a thick spice. In between her breasts, jerking me nice. Now I'm jerking between her thighs. You can say I jerk chicken, tell Jamie not rice. Forget him, olive oil with the oil. Dark skin queen, that's royal. If she needy, I'm the boat, cause I'm in it, I'm low. The only good thing I wanna squirt. You want taste? I said you want taste. Baby girl, slap it in your face. Hey, baby girl, slap it in your face. Hey, sure, right. Bring that little closer, you know what I mean? We'll just pop that one there.
This is Ria Rozay, and you're watching Ria Rozay.
Mike Brimey, come on, please go time anytime.
Go time, Brimey.
So, why are you Mike Brimey now? What happened to Brimes?
I don't know, I think I just kind of felt like I wanted a slight change, a transition. You know what I'm saying? Because the music was so much different to what I was doing before in terms of funky house, innit?
Yeah.
So I thought, obviously, bring a little bit more of myself into it. You know, the fact that my name is actually Mike right now, so bringing the Mike factor. But obviously, I can't go away from the fact that mum was Brimes, and everything I used to do, I used to put Brimey on.
Yeah.
Brimey blog, Brimey beats when I was producing and that. So Mike Brimey just fit. You get me?
I hear you. Yeah. So let's, before we talk about now, let's talk about before, because not that you're two different kind of people, but like I know like two different. I know Brimes and I know Mikey Brimes.
Yeah.
So let's start off with Brimes. So like, how did you start? Why funky?
To be honest, I can't really say I chose funky. Like,
Okay.
it was kind of that at that time where grime was kind of coming down.
Okay.
And obviously you had like the burst of like Gracious K, Migraine Skank, the Tribal Skanks, all these skanks coming out of nowhere, the funky house thing, innit? And to be honest, from where I was from Croydon, the guys that were mainly doing it from there was Kid and Play, innit? Like R.I.P. Charles, each and every time, do you get me? But them lot were doing it, they were doing it big. They were in uni as well, and they started doing like, you know, raves and like universities. We was like, oh, if they're doing it from ends, we can do it as well. And Charles was like an MC or a funky house, you get me? He was spitting his bars, and I said, bro, man can do that as well. Started off as a DJ with Shifter, and the man then was block raising now.
DJ?
Yeah,
Okay.
Started off DJing, yeah. No, I started off DJing with Bar 7. Yeah. I actually DJ with Bashment still.
Okay.
Yeah, with Bashment and that. But then we was like, as a DJ collective, we was like, we need a host, innit?
Yeah.
So I was like, alright, I'll do the hosting. And then from there, it was like, oh yeah, like, you know, people are spitting bars all funky, you might as well write some bars.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And then that was it from there, like, just kept on pushing, people liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. You're really good. Like, you were everywhere. Not just uni, but like, you were like proper about still.
Yeah. I was trying to think.
So then, like, do you think had Funky died, like, you kind of went with it?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like, do you get me? The thing that was the thing about funky house. It was like, if you was a singer, I reckon you might have been able to make that transition. The other person that made the transition very well was Mr. Silver, innit? And obviously that's because funky house and Afro beats to me sound very, very similar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all that whole tribal kind of sound. So to make that crossover was very, very easy. But as like an MC, it was like the rhymes are too basic for grime. Do you know what I'm saying? So to cross over to grime, you really had to step up the word content. And even then, like I said, grime wasn't really the in thing at the time when it died as well.
Trap. Like, not necessarily trap, but you know, like just general UK rap.
That,
Why didn't you go for that?
To be honest, I don't know if you remember, I released a song called Dip It Low.
Yes, I do. I actually like that song, but you just left. You didn't really.
Like, it wasn't that I didn't do anything. I put the video out and that, but obviously, again, there wasn't really much of a scene then, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't get on channels like SBTV and that at the time.
Why did you keep making music like that? Because some people are like that, like they'll make a sound, yeah, and they'll just keep doing it, and then people go on it, and then everyone starts jumping on it. Like, I don't think there should have been like a fee for it. You know?
I know what you're saying still. I think my problem was that I was always making music, I just never released it.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
What stopped you?
A lot of the time I just didn't know how to, like, in the best way.
Okay.
You know, a lot of the time it was like videos, you have to do videos. Videos are expensive.
Yeah.
Then it was where do you put the video?
Okay.
Like, I put, like, and this is the thing, people won't know, I put a lot of songs on my own channel.
Yeah.
They're not there now because I thought, like, as far as I was concerned, no one looked at it. Okay. So it was like, you can do stuff, you can put it out, and even though you know you're doing work, no one really sees it. No one was seeing it at the time.
Yeah.
So it was funny, people would say I disappeared, but I didn't actually disappear. I was still putting stuff out, but there wasn't really a platform for me to do it on. Funky House was, you know, the raves was the platform, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that as long as I can get into the raves and get on the mic, I can put myself on a platform, do you know what I'm saying? When it came to, when I started doing like the UK stuff, there wasn't really a platform that I could go on. SBTV were up in the clouds, they didn't want to speak to no one unless you were generating a lot of numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
Link Up TV and Grind Daily at the time were climbing and growing. I didn't have any contacts with them either.
Okay.
So it was just, for a long time I felt like I was just putting shit out and no one was looking, no one was watching. And
a lot of people's issues right now. Like I see a lot of sick people, and it's just strange how like no one's paying attention to them. I'm just like, how can the talent like not speak for itself? Like you have to put a lot behind the marketing. Like yeah, I hate.
Yeah, it's like, like trying to understand the music game is like, you know, men trying to understand women and women trying to understand men. It's like, it just drives you insane. That's the truth of the matter. Like I've learned over time you can't think too deeply about it because it will drive you insane. Just gotta kind of get on with it. Know that this is something that you're always gonna do. Just keep putting music out and literally hope that it falls into the right hands or into the right ears and hope they can take it to a new place or whatever.
Just like organic progression.
Yeah, like that's it. Like literally, there's times where I thought I had to sit down and really wreck my brain and, you know, really try and work out a plan. And you can work out a plan, but there's still so much that has to be luck.
Yeah.
There's still so much that has to be coincidence.
Yeah.
There's still so much that has to be who you know. Do you know what I'm saying? In order for you to make a plan. So it is what it is. But I've always been releasing music. That's the thing. You get me? But it's a lot more consistent now.
Yeah, so definitely. Because I always, now I can say I always see it because I thought you disappeared.
Yeah.
So if you didn't disappear and you're still here now and I can see the music, that means definitely the consistency thing.
It was that, yeah.
It wasn't just music that you were doing. You were on TV, weren't you? I remember I used to wait till I was at home every time to watch that.
Yes.
So how did you get on to Shipwrecked?
I used to do something called Brimey Blog,
I remember that.
which was like me basically just chatting shit about certain subjects in it.
Yeah.
How I felt at the time or whatever. So, and I can't remember. They got it's like Channel 4. They got my details for another program.
Okay.
But they basically said that I wasn't right for that program. But for some reason, they kept all my records on log or whatever.
Yeah.
So when Shipwrecked came to casting, they was looking for a particular type of character.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that I fitted the character role that they kind of wanted on the island. And that was through the Brimey blogs. They basically wanted someone who's very opinionated and will challenge most subjects. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they must have just hollered at me and they was like, we think that you'd be really good for it. We want you to come in. We want to, you know, interview you, blah, 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 and see if you really are right for it. So I went in there, basically it was just myself. And they was like, we want you to go on it. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, to be honest, it was weird, didn't it? Because I didn't apply for it.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to act.
Expectations.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was mad. I was just like, all right, I'll roll. If anyone knows me back then, you would know. I was just like, I'll roll.
It was really good, like you were like proper yourself. Like, how do you think that experience like contributed to your life and your music career?
That's the thing. Like to be honest, I reckon like as a standalone experience, sick.
Yeah.
Do you get me? I can never replicate that again. Let me go to Ireland, China, make ends meet. It was in the South Pacific, like a group of islands called the Cook Islands, in the South Pacific. One island there called Aitutaki. So, but it was sick. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I can't lie to you, I learned a lot about myself because it takes you out of your comfort zone, your ends, surroundings, everything. You're just plugged there with 12 random people that man don't know.
Yeah.
And they're nothing like me. Not one of them is like me.
Am I correct in remembering that you were the only black person?
Only black male, yeah. I was the only black male on there. And like, no one there is like me.
Yeah.
No one thinks like me, no one acts like me, nothing. But you have to get along with people for the next 2 months.
It was that long?
Yeah, it was 2 months.
I couldn't do that.
It was mad. Personally, I think anyone can do it. But it like I said, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about yourself, bro.
I feel like if that was, I feel like we were so young then. It was like, I think I was around 17, 18 then.
Yeah.
I feel like if it happened now, I feel like it would have been like more pivotal.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So like, so you didn't really do anything for your career after that?
Not really, because again, it was like I was a funky house MC.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how I was seen.
Yeah.
Like, so when I came back, it was just like, okay, well, at the time again, that was kind of at the decline of funky house when it was becoming like old. Do you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even like it was at the boom. If it was at the boom and people were still doing these like massive funky house events and that, then I probably would have been headlining them at the time.
Yeah.
But because no one wasn't really doing those events, to be honest, it was only really me, maybe like Mr. Silver. Like there was a couple new guys that were coming along, people like Tino and things that were keeping it alive to a certain extent. If it wasn't really for us and a few other DJs in that, in terms of like the university scene and the like London scene, it would have gone out even quicker.
Yeah.
I personally think. But it was certain people that could attract a certain light to it. Like me and Capital literally did like hold the flag for it for a while. But I think we was like the last ones to really hold the flag in terms of like the under 21 scene kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it just, like I said, it just kind of died out. I think people got tired of the instrumentals all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have that. So now, what category would you put yourself in now? If you had to put yourself in, because I think you're quite versatile.
This is the never-ending debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
If they're gonna tell you, I'm gonna put his song in a playlist now, what genre is it?
Alright, a general consensus to play it safe, I'd just say UK rap.
Yeah. So
just to play it safe.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you can start going into the Afro bashment, you can start going into the UK R&B, you can start going into all those fields. But really and truly, where it comes down to is, I would say, I'm a rapper still at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I'd carry a little note and blah, blah, blah.
Carry a little note.
Yeah, you know what it is like, when I think singer, I think, Ella, Adele, Ray, like these people that can really sing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can sing, I can hold a note and I can make it sound good and blah, blah, blah. But in terms of like that talent itself, I wouldn't say I'm a singer.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd say I'm a rapper. So UK rap is the easiest thing.
So one thing I do like about your rapping is your wordplay. Like, no one can chat to you. No one. Like, how did you come up with literally bar for bar? Like, it's just wordplay. It's not even like, you had the whole Captain McCrellan era when I was doing that and it was cool. And I feel like there's a couple people that try and force it. Like, for example, Nicki Minaj, she's really trying. She even like goes further to explain it. But it's like yours, you just listen to it and like your brain's kind of exercise and then you get it like, oh, but then you have to like be attentive because the next one's coming kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like, how do you even like come up with that? How did you know that you were good at that? Etc.
Do you know what? To be honest, from when I first started writing bars, so this is even before all funky. I've always been a very, very complicated, over technical writer.
Okay.
Which is actually a lot of the time, especially in the early times when I was doing music, was like the worst part of me, because people always found it very, very hard to understand what I was rapping about.
Yeah.
Because to get me, like, even though like, I wouldn't say I was deep on the roads, but I was on the roads. But I didn't like to rap about the roads.
Yeah.
I just genuinely didn't like to rap about the roads. I always wanted to sound like one of those intellectual rappers.
Like conscious rap.
Yeah, that's what, and especially like growing up in, like, when I say I was in primary school, early parts of secondary school, you know, it was grime, but the grime artists that I really liked was people like Kano.
Yeah.
As you know, Kano was wordplay, punchlines, do you know what I'm saying? Those are the artists that I listened to and I enjoyed. So I was always about the wordplay and all of that. But then obviously when Funky House came, who's got time for wordplay?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like
catchy.
Yeah, it has to be just complete catchy flows.
Simple,
So like there was no such thing as wordplay. And even then, like, I don't know if you heard some of the bars then, you would hear that I tried to put a little but no one wanted to hear that. It had to be basic and catchy, so I dropped it.
It's kind of hard now because I feel like nobody wants to hear it now as well.
They don't. If deep down inside they don't. That's why if you're gonna do it, it has to be a minute long. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't. They don't want to hear it. Like, no one's gonna go and, you know, this is the thing about it. People will hear it once, say it's great once, and never go back to it to hear it.
It's true.
That's what it is about punchlines and stuff. That's why there's actually no point in me doing that on my songs. Because, and you know, people will watch this and say, no, that's not true. We love it. But let's be real, fam. You don't go to search out punchline rappers when you're getting ready to go out.
I feel like the era of punchline rappers probably ended, like, in terms of like mass appreciation. Maybe like when Captain Conan did the whole OG thing, and after that I don't think I really thought about it. But like the pivotal moment for me was like when SBTV first came out and they were doing the F64.
Yeah, F64.
I always used to like watch out for the wordplay then, and now it's just like if you hear it in the song, it's like, oh, okay, try it.
But that's the thing, you can even see it there, like, by the fact that things like F64, things like Davey Duppy, these things, like, behind bars is still kind of big, but they're not as big. But
it's not, I don't think it's as punchline as.
It's nowhere near. It's nowhere near now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just right now. It's all about flows.
Yeah.
It's all about flows.
No one's trying to internalize what we're saying. So if your flow's good, the rhythm's there for them.
The rhythm's there. Yeah. That's it. Like, no one really gives a crap about what you're saying, which is what I believe that's the main thing that I'm trying to hold on to in terms of my music.
Yeah.
I want people to actually listen to what the fuck I'm saying. I'm not wasting my fucking breath.
A time will come. Everyone will start listening again. But there's only so long we can do this whole radio play, basic, catchy.
Yeah, like, I like it. Don't get twisted. And like, as you can see, a lot.
It's never like, apart from like, you see that. Okay, I don't want to say pop. So you know, like proper poppy music and like EDM, like, you know, like the things that you hear on Kiss and stuff. I like that, but I don't really like the urban people trying to do that.
Okay.
For me, it's too cheesy.
Okay.
That's what I don't like.
See that? Do you know? I think there's a very fine balance here, and I think that's what I think it is as well in the music scene. Not many people actually know how to balance it, and the ones that do know how to balance it evidently are doing it extremely well. Like, for example, J Hus.
Okay.
Like,
Do you
know what I'm saying? He does it both. Because when I listen to what he's saying, the guy, like, I'm actually listening to what he's saying. Like, and he makes me laugh. The guy is very comical about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's huge. That's massive. He can do it both. Someone like Mo Stacks as well. He's very lyrical. These guys are actually quite lyrical, but what they're very good at is, I wouldn't say dumbing it down, because it's not dumb, but they're very good at making it relatable to the masses.
And it's probably the melodies that they're using as well.
It's the melodies as well. Like, there's artists that can actually do it, do you know what I'm saying? But then there's also artists like, for instance, people like Rapman. Based on his style, it's not going to be melodies and flows in there.
It's going to be the storyline.
Do you get what I'm saying?
How well do you tell the story?
Which is why I think it took a lot longer for him to get noticed. because he had to keep pushing it through that this is what I'm doing. Like, you're not gonna respect it.
Yeah.
And but he's been doing this thing for longer than half of these artists that have come around. So yeah.
I read a tweet one day that said it takes 10 years to be an overnight success.
And literally, like, people will turn around, and that's the thing about it. People will turn around and be like, "Oh, who's Rapman? I've never heard of Rapman before." My man's been there jogging. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, but it can be done. I think it can be done. There's enough space and enough market for it all. It's just getting people's attention over time.
So then, how did you find yourself on the come up? And well done for that. You came second, right?
Third.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine, but still, but yeah, it was even that, you know, I can't lie to you. I think with my life here, I kind of just stumble upon things, you know.
I think that's the best way.
I enjoy it.
You know, like, it was meant for you.
Yeah, and that way as well, you don't have any expectation. Because when I know I'm trying to do something and I plan to do it, the expectation is always high. So I can end up being disappointed very, very easily. Do you get me? Whereas when you just stumble across things and the opportunity just comes across you, you're not expecting it, so you just kind of do it, and any outcome is a surprise to you. Do you get me?
Definitely.
Like with that, like there was a time where I was just like kind of like applying to do different shows because I wanted to get back into my live performing because I believe that that's an aspect of me that not many people can compete with me on in terms of live performing.
Don't let me start.
You get me? No, but it's like a lot of artists nowadays, like you say, they're all studio artists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like they can't perform, and people after a while, you know, if the tunes aren't banging, it becomes your performance that becomes banging. Do you know what I'm saying? So like
people should be able to not know your song, but have such in it time because of the energy and everything you're doing.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, like I said, eventually the song does become old, but what always keeps the song going is how well you perform it every time you perform it. Do you know what I'm saying? It takes people straight back to that moment when they heard it the first time or whatever it is. Do you get me? Yeah, it's real, you get me? So, like, with the performing, I was basically applying, like, messaging promoters saying, yo, let me come and just do a set on this thing, or let me come and do this and that. And I did the same thing with them. But I didn't actually know that there was like a competition, like audition platform kind of thing. So when they were talking about the live auditions, I was like, what do you mean the live auditions? In my eyes, I'm just thinking, I'm coming to perform. And if I get a 1-2 fan from this, I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? So, and even when I went to the live audition, it was a joke. Like I only had like 1 minute to perform. I did like a chorus and half of my verse.
Which song did you pick?
My everything. I did like a chorus or...
Can I just say something? I'm a bit like apprehensive when people do like covers and samples, because sometimes they just make the original song
straight.
That one was really good. I just want to tell you that.
Yes. Thank you, man. I can't lie. Samples can be destroyed. I've heard a few. But like with the audition, I honestly didn't ask for nothing of it, bro. I had a holiday. I went on holiday. I didn't think about it at all. Because I just thought, it's a show to me. But obviously, when I come back, I think someone actually messaged me. Someone messaged me and was like, "Oh yeah, you just they just announced on the Comeup live video that you're through to the final." I was like, It was like, yeah, you're through to the final and that. Yeah, they're doing a little live video and that. I was like, okay, cool. I tuned in on the live video, and then they was like, oh yeah, hi, we're just saying that congratulations, you know, you've been selected as a finalist, you've been chosen by one of the judges. And that's basically that's how I really came about to know, oh shit, this might be serious, because that's when I realised, the judges were industry people.
Yeah, so like
Julie picked me. And
okay.
Yeah, like I can't lie, you know, to me that's a fucking compliment.
Because she's got very, very, very good ears.
Yeah, she's got ears, like in terms of industry expertise and someone who I think has just got their ear to the ground, actually trying to listen through and see what's coming through.
Yeah.
Like I was honoured to be picked out by her, and yeah, that's when the experience became a bit real. Obviously, the winner got signed to Island Record. Shout out to Debo, who won the competition. Sick artist. And obviously I came third. Shout out to LR as well, who came second. Another Croydon artist, big thing coming from him as well, man.
Croydon's like the 19th place.
Croydon is the 19th place. Get me, CR0.
I heard that. So, so what was that like? What was the Comeup like for you? What was it like interacting for me? Yeah, because I see all these people on like Instagram and like TV and stuff. What was it like actually being with them? What has it done to you as a person? What did you take away from it?
Like, it was a good experience. At first, I was very iffy about certain things because we went Island Records and we had to sign contracts beforehand and stuff like that. So it was a very iffy experience at first.
Did you seek counsel outside?
Yeah. Counsel outside, counsel inside, counsel upstairs, downstairs. Do you know what I'm saying? If I put a pen to paper and that, it's a different thing. So yeah, I was seeking counsel from any fucking place I could get. But eventually it came across to me to be the right thing to do. And like, I really enjoyed the experience, man. Like, because like I said, there was industry people there that, other than that time, I hadn't performed in front of them. You know what I'm saying? There's people that I can actually say have seen me perform. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad. Like, obviously, I met gigs there. Met Alicia Harley. It's not even Alicia. It's Alicia Harley. I remember I pronounced it wrong one time, and I think I nearly pronounced it wrong in front of her, and I was nearly emotional. I was like, Alicia Harley, I think it is. Alicia Harley. I gotta ask her again. But I met her as well. She is amazing. Just to say, like, she is cold.
She's one of the bands that I like. People like on this pure UK dancehall thing.
Yes.
That market is like.
The thing about that market is so harsh. It's like, I believe that market, it is there, and I don't like. For instance, she, for me, personally, I think she's one of the best things to come out of the UK this year.
I feel like her and Trinity Banks, those I don't know if you know about.
Yeah, Trinity's cold as well.
Yeah, they really do that because, let's be honest, like Afro swing, is overshadowing it, and not just Afro swing, like in general, like there's so much like dancehall, we're going for a tangent or whatever. There's so much dancehall like feels to everything. Yeah. They're not even pushing like the dancehall.
It's a mad thing because obviously at the end of the day, no matter what anyone says, the UK is just a mixture, a merge of sound. It's just a mashup of every sound. When I mean every sound, like I'm talking like, get me, people are forgetting that garage is a part of the UK sound, grime, things like even reggae is going to have a strong influence in the UK sound, Afro beats, bashment, there's jungle, there's so many different sounds that we've gone through to get to the stage that we're at now, and all of them have had an influence on what we're making now. So at the end of the day, that's why when people are trying to put people in a category in the UK, it's hard to do. It's very hard to do because, like I said, in the UK, you've got Africans talking in patois, and you've got Jamaicans talking about at the end of their things. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's just cross merging, and me personally, I love it. I hate all this restriction.
Me too.
Oh, you're a dancer, so you can only make dancehall.
But no, I feel like people have like their default kind of genre, but like I don't think anyone should be held into it. But I do feel at the same time, not necessarily structure, but like you need to like I don't want to say pigeonhole, but we have a tendency to just pigeonhole people so that we know what they're about. Do you know what I mean? Like I still feel like everyone can be versatile, even though someone says that you're a rapper. You know?
No, you're right. So obviously, I think it creates an identity. As well. And if you can identify someone with that thing, it helps with the branding and stuff. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so for instance, obviously people will say that Mo Stacks is a rapper, but for my example, when it comes to people like, for instance, Kojo Fans and J Huss, like, you can say that they're a rapper, but they're also
they can sing
like doing what an Afrobeats artist would do. You don't call Afrobeats artists rappers.
Yeah, and then necessarily call them.
You don't call them singers even. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you just call them artists.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's why it's like, oh, you did this wrong. Oh, the man them.
So, what's next for you?
Well, at the moment, it's just releasing more and more stuff, bro. It's just content. Just releasing content until people start to wake up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, man, you lot are still fucking sleeping, man. Sleeping, get me? But obviously, at the same time, I can only blame myself. If you lot are still sleeping, it means I'm not putting out enough at a high enough rate. Do you know what I'm saying? So, just gotta up it. There's videos coming though, as you know. There's like the thing is, man's got so much music there, fam. But I don't want to release it until I know you lot are receiving it properly. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's bit by bit, but there's definitely projects coming up. Nah, man, know what time it is. Listen, show, check. Yeah, it's like, wait, are you gonna bang? If you got a man, I'ma change your plans. Send me nudes, get dripping in the DM. Trust me, it still won't leak on the ground. Be a stepdad, secrets in the lockup. If I meet your parents, I'm more than a fucker. Your mama fruity, I spread it if I can, cause I can get your mom and lady if we jam. Sick beat, I like a quick beat, I like the pink beat. This man just slick feet, sit on the big D. She like a fixie, she want an F man, I don't need big D's. I like to fuck quick, she like to suck dick, she like to pop lips, even if it's just the head. I won't even give no money, your head compares to my tit. The D is tax free, I got some picnics. One chin in your teeth is packed with protein. Smile is healthy, it's good for your skin, it helps your skin breathe out. Look, that's vitamin D. Right, that's fun. Yeah, just a little quick 6,000.